In this video, we show you how to get started with DB2 using the DB2 First Steps tool and the sample database. Let's get started. Right after the installation of DB2, your browser should have automatically launched the starting DB2 First Steps. If it did not, you can manually launch it. On Windows, click on the Start, Run, and type CMD to start the Windows command prompt. From the Windows command prompt, we will start at DB2 command window by typing DB2 CMD and pressing enter. The DB2 command window has a menu title of DB2 CLP, DB2 copy 1 as shown on the screen. If you're working on Linux, this is equivalent to working from a Linux shell as long as you are logged on with a user that has DB2 profile set, such as the DB2 instance owner, which is DB2ins1 by default. Now let's start the DB2 First Steps tool by typing DB2 FS and pressing enter. If you are using Firefox browser, as in my case, you may be prompted to create a DB2 First Steps profile. We recommend you to create it so you can use DB2 First Steps to its fullest. So let me click on Create Profile. The First Steps tool is self-explanatory. You can check for product updates, you can create a sample database, or you can create new databases. Most people use the First Steps tool to create a sample database. The sample database is a database provided with DB2 so you can play with it. The sample database may have been created automatically for you during installation. You can verify if the sample database was created by typing DB2 connect to sample and pressing enter. If you get a message saying that the sample database does not exist or cannot be found, then the database was not created by default during installation. So now you can use DB2 First Steps to create it manually. Let's click on Create Sample Database. A window will appear where you can choose different options. We will choose the second option, XML and SQL objects and data. This would allow us to create a sample database with regular relational data and also XML data that you can use later to test DB2 pure XML technology. Click OK, and the sample database will start to be created. This may take a few minutes. After the sample database is created, click OK, and now let's verify that you can connect to it and retrieve some information. From the DB2 command window, type again DB2 connect to sample and press enter. This time, you are able to connect. Now let's retrieve some information by typing DB2 select star from employee, which is a table from the sample database, and press enter. As you can see, we were able to successfully retrieve some information from this table. If you encounter an error creating the sample database, you can manually create it using the DB2 SAMPL command from the DB2 command window or Linux shell. For example, let's recreate the sample database as follows. Let's first drop it with this command, DB2 dropped DB sample, and press enter. The drop database command was successful. Now that we don't have the sample database anymore, let's recreate it with the DB2 SAMPL command and press enter. Again, this will take a few minutes to create, and it's equivalent to using the DB2 First Steps for creating the sample database, but this time from the command line. After the creation is completed, test again to connect and select by issuing DB2 connect to sample and then the DB2 select, as shown before. Both statements were successful. This concludes this presentation. Thank you for watching. To learn more, visit db2university.com.